Hey, what's up, everybody? We're going to talk about this stock right here, DVLT. I'm not going to make a big intro about it because if you've been watching it, you know what this is about. It actually is a good company and has some real good news that just hit the wire recently. Check it out. All right, here we are. Just like the other stocks that we did previously, Open Door and Buru. This stock started at 25 cents. It's like a lot of these stocks started under $1, but you know the company is a really good company with a really good business model and has some nice technology, and now it's going up. It went from 25 cents all the way to $3.49 in a short time frame. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5-6 weeks. 25 cents to $3.49. That's a big move. A really, really big move. Check out the daily chart. So the daily chart, it shows this. It's been going up for a while. Had some consolidation right here. Went up some more. And had, a big downfall from $3 all the way down to $1.59. But the thing is, it shows some strength right here. Right here it shows some strength. So it came up and it shows some strength right here in this area. It never came back down to this area, which shows that, this company is a real deal. It has some strength in keeping the price. And yesterday, or was it Friday, it went from $2.30 all the way to $3.49 in just one day. So stocks like this, you got to have big news. I say this over and over again. To other stocks like Buru, BYND, Open Door. Yeah, when the stocks go up like this, you got to continue with news. Good news over and over again. Once the good news stop and slow down, the stock price is going to stop and slow down as well. But this company has been putting out a lot of good news recently, and that's why it's holding the price right where it's at. $2. It's been standing at $2 for the past week. October 20th was at $1.98, and then after $1.98, it never went below $2 again. So that's real good because it shows strength in the price per share. And, a lot of good news is coming out. I'm going to show you the news in a second and why it's so important. It's actually a lot of good news coming out for this company. But the one I like in particular, I'm going to show you that one. That's what caught my eye the most, the news I'm about to show you. It's pretty huge, very huge. And it's in a sector that everybody's talking about right now. AI, tech, quantum, so the stock is going to get a lot of attention because the sector is in. And it's making some big moves, some really big moves. DVLT, DataVault AI. And the MACD on the RSI looks pretty good. It's going up. It's overbought. The RSI is not overbought yet, but it's almost there. It's almost overbought. But the main thing, for technical indicators is that it can still go sideways even though it's overbought, and the price can still go up a little bit. Of course, you want to find a stock where the indicators are this low, down here, and then it goes up, or RSI down here, and then it goes up. So I'm pretty much doing this video to show you this stock, this company, to keep your eye on it, Just keep your eye on it because it may come down, it may come down because just like other stocks, the Buru, Open Door, they go up, and then BYND, forgot to mention that one, they go up, and then they come down. But if the company is good, it'll go up, then it'll come down, consolidate, and go up again. So those are the kind of companies you're looking for, stocks that can do that. Go up, come down, consolidate, go up again. We don't want a stock that goes up, comes down, really far down, and stays down. We don't want that at all. So as you can see, after hours, DVLT down 7%. That's normal. That's natural. The stock went up so much recently. And, that's going to happen. When the stock goes up from $2.30 to $3.49 in one day, you're going to have some profit taking and some selling. Let's look at it in after hours and see how far it came down. There we go. That's not even a lot right there. Went from $2.29 to $3.49, and after hours we're at $3.15. The low for after hours was $3, and now we're at $3.15. So that's actually not that bad. Will it hold this and go up some more? It's hard to say because this was a huge pump right here on Friday. Big pump on Friday, right? So can it go down lower? Maybe. 50-50 chance that it could go down lower, maybe down to the mid $2, 268, 270, or even 250. But it just depends. It just depends how many people are buying, how many people didn't get in before who wants to get in, so they'll buy some more on Monday. But we have some big news on Wednesday and Thursday, some big earnings reports on Wednesday and Thursday, and that could also pump the stock as well. Yeah, remember that. Big earnings on Wednesday and Thursday. So we got to see what happens there. But let me show you the DVLT news, the one I like the most, okay? So you look up DVLT stock in Google, and you're going to see all kinds of news. 6 hours ago, logistics health stock surges 88% on DataVault AI blockchain partnership. What else? WGRX plans pharmacy chain smart contracts with DataVault. DVLT expands global footprint with Swiss partnership. 2 days ago, DVLT opens 180K square foot in Georgia. AI. And that's the one I like. And I'm going to show you that right now. So here we go. This is the news, in my opinion, what made DVLT jump so much. Because this is very, very huge, in my opinion. So DataVault AI has recently announced several strategic moves to expand its capabilities in artificial intelligence and quantum computing. So they're making a move in AI and quantum, two sectors that are blowing up right now, that are very, very huge. So look, they're expanding capabilities of it. So this stock could be undervalued right here. But remember, even though a stock is undervalued, doesn't mean it's going to shoot up to $100 in one day. Even if the stock was actually worth $25 or $15 a share, it's not going to go up to $15, $25 in one day because, it's going to go up some, come down some, go up some, come down some because of profit taking. Any stock does that. Even Nvidia. If Nvidia's stock is worth $200 or $250, it's not going to hit that in one day. It'll go up there, but you got to be patient. Things don't happen in one day. So here we go. Center for AI and Quantum Computing Excellence. In October 2025, that's recently, that's this month, the company opened a new center in Sandy Springs, Georgia. If you live around there, go check it out, right? This center will focus on developing AI and quantum computing solutions and plans to hire engineers and specialists for expansion. That's huge. That's big, man. That is really, really big right there. Opening up a new center, that's huge. Developing AI, huge. And quantum computing, huge. Plans to hire engineers and specialists for expansion, that's big. Quantum computing and digital twin embassy to foster European collaborations. They're going international. DataVault AI opened a new embassy in London to advance its work on tokenized assets and AI monetization. Yeah. Another one, university partnerships. The company plans to collaborate with nearby universities, such as Georgia Tech and the University of Georgia, to advance its quantum and AI technology. What else can you say? What else? How much more bullish news do we need? Here's the last one. International collaborations. In October 2025, once again, DataVault announced a partnership with Korea Aerospace University for digital credentialing and quantum research. So yeah, that's big. That's very, very, very huge. And look, we have $3.15 on this kind of news. So can this hold higher? It sure can. But how fast will it go higher? That's what we have to look at. Technicals, charts, indicators, candlesticks, volume, all that stuff we have to look at. It's all great news, but we don't go there $100 or $50 or $20, even $15 a share in one night. It's not going to happen. But it's a stock to watch for sure. You may want to buy the dip if it comes down some. Will it keep going higher on Monday? I don't know. But this seems like a stock. Everything sounds right to me in the news that could go higher right here. Let's look at the support and resistance, the technical stuff about the stock, and see where we can go from here. See if we can get any hints or clues on what could happen next, right? So right here, as you can see, we have support at the 296, okay? 296. Let's draw a line right there at the 296. We had support here, 296. It almost went down again right here, 296. It went below 296 right here after hours, and then it came back up again. It tried to go down again, 296 right here. Didn't go down. It held. So numerous times it hit 296 and it didn't go below. Very good. Right here, it had a Bollinger Band splitting right here. If you can see it, it split a little bit and then it pumped up to 316 just before it closed after hours. So 296 is definitely going to be a support. The next support right here is going to be at 264 for DVLT. And then we have, then let's see, can we do another support? Just in case it goes down some more. Next support, we're looking at right here. 234, 237. There you go. 234, 237. There you go. All right, those are three supports. 237, 264, 296. Now, let's check out the resistance. Where do we have resistance at? Very important. I don't care what kind of news you have. Resistance and support is always going to be key. When to take profit and when to buy in again. All right, so first resistance is going to be at the 315, 316. Next one is going to be here at the 330, okay? 330, next resistance. And then, another one, 350. All right, so that's all intraday support resistance because I only drew lines, based on what happened on Friday. So that's the intraday resistance and support. Let's go to daily chart and see where we can find anything here on the daily chart. All right, here we go, resistance for the daily chart. So we had 315, right? So next resistance on this chart we're looking at is 395. 395, if we go any higher in a short time, if we go any higher, 395. And then we're going to have another one at the 415. And then I'll draw this one to the main resistance that we got to beat. That's going to be very huge to beat. It's going to be a 490. So a lot of lines right there. But, they're all very important, so why not draw it, right? All very important lines. You don't see that many once you, zoom in some. Well, you do a little bit, but here we go. It's important. Those are lines of importance right there. And, when the stock market go live, you have a guidance right there. You have a guidance. So there you are. DVLT. It looks good. The chart looks kind of overextended a little bit based on Friday. The MACD and RSI is pretty high. But this is going to be a stock to watch. If it comes down, maybe want to buy the dip. But if it keeps going up on Monday, you could buy. But make sure you take profit because we are pretty high on the daily chart. Just one big candlestick. Last time we had a big candlestick like this was right here. And then you see, we had a nice downtrend on the chart. But it consolidated and then went back up again. So if this happens again, big candlestick come down and you might want to buy a dip. All right, thanks everybody. Subscribe. If you want to become a member of my YouTube channel, please do so. It supports the channel. It helps out a lot. It really does. All right, take care.